support duo, assuming the Clockwork's offlane. And they don't really want to lane. Okay, here comes the Weaver. Good matchup in the Courier. He's smoked up with boots. Can he actually get this?
One more, man. He's chasing it.
Oh
yes, he
God.
does. He gets it down.
He caught the Courier by only having 5 moves.
That's fair.
Yeah, he like pulled out a Monkey King ranged auto attack for that last one too.
Yep.
Actually catch Demon there.
Demon has that one free, just trying to cut his way out of cogs. This time the Sunstrike will come in, and the combination with the Fissure is more than enough. Mind Control snaps up the first blood, so a little bit more money going his way, some good experience as he ticks over level 2. Very nice. The good news is the Weaver's getting farm, and now with the supports coming back down to bottom, they might be able to find a kill on Mind Control. Meanwhile, up top, Abaddon in a ton of trouble. Bulba trapped in by that Fissure, trying to make his way towards the shrine. Meanwhile, Matumba Man just soaking up all of that damage. It's just rolling forward. Only needs a couple more auto attacks before Bulba is done. And that's going to be a deny. He actually gets off the deny. All these supports now fresh up with mana. They might try to go in and maybe catch out GH off guard. GH is going to be jumped on by the Monkey King, grabbing that Primal Spring. Going to be stacking up the Jinku Mastery as well. Now Abaddon moves forward, and this looks like it could be a big kill. GH is going to be healed up by his Warlock, but it won't be enough. That's going to be Dubu snapping up a kill there. They go for the Boundless Strike, and now Matumba Man in some trouble here, gets frozen, and will go down. So Demon going to be using Abed's Dragon Form to pressure this tower, and Fortify comes out nice and early. Just going to be trying to mitigate the damage done to that. Support's still hanging around the mid lane. Dubu is very low mana, so can't go in for any more Boundless Strikes or anything like that, as GH pokes his head forward, ready to initiate with a Fissure if needed, but it seems like it's just going to be a bit of a stalemate around this mid lane. Although with Razor Teeth being in, it seems like Liquid really want to make a hold here.
Demon's in some trouble here. He's got
Alright, this time it seems like Demon might be Sister Dad. He's running away. The Sunstrike comes in. Demon going to try to juke, but Miracle still grabs up the kill for that. Still alive, and well, these 3 supports wasting a little bit of time as well. Mason finally leaving bottom lane, scooting in, going on to Kuroki, who they know still does not have an ultimate. There's going to be that Fissure to block out Mason, but Kuroki still taking a ton of damage. Dubu goes in a little bit too far, all alone, will be killed off, and now Mason is going to try to find his way out of this fight, but he might actually get caught here. They've got Fissure up in 1 more second. Evil Scucci is...
Wait to really get reinforced there. Just wasted efforts there. What it looks like he's actually down this time.
Another meatball clips straight onto Abed. Demon! Okay. Alright. Taking a little bit too far there. Now, there is going to be another Fissure clipping onto Abed here. His Dragon Form wearing thin. They drop out the first Chaotic Offering, but Mason runs right away. This tower left at 25 HP. An easy deny if they can find it.
This tower is not long for this world, and Liquid are making their way down.
Yeah, Abed coming forward. The Boundless Strike does clip onto the Razor, but a Fissure and now some damage to deal. Abed has to try to run, but yeah, again, with that Static Link being the range that it is, it makes it very difficult. So yeah, Razor now with an extra 141 damage from that Static Link. That is so tricky to deal with. Demon caught out here. There is going to be a Dragon Form from Abed trying to protect his teammates, but Jimmy's already done. And Abed is going to get stunned by the Fissure, dragged onto by the hook shot, stuck in the cogs and killed off. It's just going to be Mason versus the world, but he can't quite do enough damage with the follow-up from the Boundless Strike. They will be able to find 3. All right, they're turning this right around. Mind Control going to be TPing out. They don't have any stuns for that, but...
Well, not really almost at the arm. He just has the gloves. Not going to go back for any bias farming in this game, but he's starting to slip down in terms of network. Like
oh, his Crystal Maiden's just chain dying. It's so unfortunate that she's just, you know.
Kuroki does have his ultimate up now, and Team Liquid are giving him the old wraparound, poking heroes under the tower.
Yep, Mind Control's hook shots have been pretty gosh darn good. Dubu hanging out here. Does have that Wukong's command. With so many heroes in a small radius, it might be time to use it. Dubu is actually just going to chill. Monkey King pinged out, and they are just going to drop the golems. It breaks all the trees, and now Monkey King is stunned for a zillion years. The Sunstrike comes in, and Miracle finds another one.
Get these kills on these heroes behind like that, it makes it really difficult for DC to do anything afterwards. They need to get these lanes back. Kuroki's in quite some trouble.
No, I think Mason's the one in trouble. There's going to be Weaver just slapped down. No chance to time-lapse. Warlock, I mean, he may go down here. Kuroki gets hit by the Boundless Strike. Is going to get burned by Abed, but his Golem's still up. Wukong's command comes out after there is no one left in the circle, so Dubu not going to get a whole lot of use out of that. Mind Control now on the run. Fissure holds back too. Very nice play there from GH, and he's just going to be escaping. Mind Control using the cogs to break up the fight. Will he make it back across the river? He sure will, as Bulba runs in and does get that mana burn going. Demon barely lives, is able to split the difference in that Sunstrike with Abed, but trying to kill him with Tubba, that would be super ideal right now. This Razor getting a lot of space, jumping around, and he's going to be proud to bring him down. This Razor is looking mighty dead. He's got a bunch of heroes behind him, but Invoker can just solo down very shortly, unless he gets killed here, but oh, he ghost walks, will be dusted, so he's just going to bail out on the ghost walk. Bulba, Sunstrike comes in. Wow, okay, Miracle. You can just take out a full health Monkey King, that's fine. Now he's going to be still running for his life. Does pop out the Ice Wall, and Abed going to be slowed down. Nice EMP, going to be burning up all the mana in the vicinity, but Miracle does still go down. He forces out mass rotations in from DC, so at least buying his team time as they're able to take this bottom tower. That's some space created right there.
Who's ganking the Miracle makes it out with the kill there, and now all of a sudden Link is
Ava comes in immediately, just going to get all his health drained. And, yep, forced into that borrowed time. His ult's going to be down. He does no damage. And wow, okay, hookshot in as Abed thinks he can take on the entire team. But I don't know about that, buddy. It's not looking so easy. That's going to be a 2-for-0 as Dubu pops out a pretty late Wukong's command. And he's just trying to stay in the circle. But GH manning up on him. Dubu somehow lives through it. Razor going to be going down, and Dubu's still alive. Crystal Maiden going to be ulting. Dubu, my god!
What?
Somehow able to live through this with the net worth for himself. Compare that to Weaver, who spent most of the game free farming, not even playing that. So Weaver is going to be pretty hard to lock down. They are going to be able to get off that time lapse and just walk away. So failed gank coming out. They're going to take some bugs. Tornado coming back in, but they can't turn this. They go for the Fissure, but just going to be a quick TP out. Monkey King comes forward. They actually canceled the TP with the Boundless Strike, and Mason posturing up to go into Roche's. Bulba's going to pop some smokes. He's going to go ahead and take a static link. They will hold in place with that Fissure. But the rest of the team are moving forward. Matumba, even with a zillion extra damage, getting very, very low, has to get forced to freedom. Mason showing off that new BKB, wants to move forward and find the kill, and Kuroki needs one more hit. Doesn't get that geminated attack that he needed to get the kill, and now looks like Mason's in trouble here. Does go down. That bug just crawls a little bit too far forward. Golem spent, and they're going to be able to push this lane a fair amount. It looks like Liquid were thinking about Roche, but now after killing off the Weaver, they just want to go straight forward for tier 2s, but Dubu gets off a really nice Wukong's command, followed up with that Boundless Strike, and now Miracle's in some trouble. The Monkeys, can they finish him off? They do! The Invoker goes down. That's a pretty big bounty going the way of Dubu, who almost gets finished off by the Flare. Oh man, Matumba is just a little bit too low to finish him off. Dubu's still taking damage from the Fatal Bonds. Looks like Crystal Maiden finally comes in and helps Abed find a kill onto GH. Kuroki eventually gets credit for the kill onto Dubu as he dies from Fatal Bonds. Matumba continues to walk away, but it's looking like this Roche is going to remain unclaimed until everyone respawns. Don't want to let this go for free. How quickly can they really get in the area? They scan it out. They know this is a multi-hero effort. Now, oh god, they get the hookshot onto Dubu. He's going to be leaping away. Now Clockwork stuck in here, trapped in the little neutral pit. Earthshaker going to be focused down. Mason able to snap up that kill and chasing away the other two cores. Mind Control on the cliff. Demon's going to be dancing and will get the kill onto the Clockwork. Deafening Blast comes in and holds back the Dragon Knight. Crystal Maiden does have to trade her life for that. DC still really intent on taking this Roshan. Needfall coming into the pit, and this could do a serious number to the rest of DC's cores. And Wukong's command comes in just to zone as they just really want this Roshan. Finally, they find it. Mason picks up the Aegis, and they're going to keep pressing forward, even through the Ice Wall. They will get the kill on Kuroki. Going to get fortified, but finally will go down. Invoker's actually TPing in for this. Looks like he's going to blink immediately away. Tornado comes in. They do clip Invoker with that Boundless Strike. They get Juice on him before he goes invis, but GH wants to turn this right back around. A Deafening Blast comes in on top of the Echo Slam. Wukong now forced to turn his tail and run, as Invoker will get killed off along with GH. Clockwork's TPing in, and Matumba goes straight forward, trying to suck down Abed's damage, but Matumba going to get chased by Mason. 3 heroes dead, trading only for a Crystal Maiden. This is huge for DC. Mind Control forcing himself into his own cogs, hookshotting himself to freedom on top of Mason. But, I mean, even if Mind Control gets out, that is still a huge win for DC. You could tell Liquid had the confidence in that fight to go in and try to execute, but I just got outdone, and now Mason finally forced to retreat. Can't kill off that pesky Clockwork, but they're going to start tapping on tier 3s here.
Perhaps they had too much confidence in the way they wanted to defend it. They Miracle quartered in, blinked in. It's such an awful position. He could have cast the spells in the most optimal way. Got disabled with the best behind. And that's not a rack you can see.
Look how quick those racks melted, using his borrowed time, just trying to get the most out of it by miscoiling his teammates. Hookshot comes in, Jimmy trapped in the cogs along with Abed. He has his dragon form available. We're gonna have a little pause there. Standard emote you can put in chat as a pro player. Well, everyway, we are underway in a fight here. Razor gonna be TPing into a super low health creep. What on earth was that? As DC are turning this around, they get off the Wukong's command. There will be a Sunstrike to finish off Demon Miracle. Now on the run, a Dust is gonna miss. And it seems like DC, they want to go in and pressure this top lane. Again, they already took out a successful lane of racks here. You got Super pushing in bottom. Tumba gonna show himself in the mid lane, going on to Abed. They get the static link off. But Abed should be able to force himself back. It's going to be 3 heroes cuddled up underneath the Warlock ult. Bulba is trying to sit there and tank it for the team. He's got his Blade Mail rocking, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Crystal Maiden, of course, already dead. And now Bubble trapped without his ult. It's looking dangerous, but Matumba does have to back off. It's just going to be GH and the Golems finishing off the job. Miracle snaps up the kill for that. Mason goes in and finds a sneaky kill on GH on the back lines, but now Mason forced to go and solo up against Invoker. They're just going to cut top minute till it spawns. They'll be at least in a good position to go for it. It looks like they want to go for some kills as well. And the man is charging in onto Bulba. Bulba's going to shield, but still a lot of damage being stolen. They keep Bulba in place. When the Matumba just goes to work, look at this, it's raking up. Over 200 going his way. Now Bulba going to be popping into that ult. They got a really nice Wukong's command going down. Kuroki channeling up a fairly solid upheaval as Abed sits in the Wukong's command. They will be able to get 4 heroes down. Kuroki, one of the lone survivors, just using his golem to try to kill Bulba, but it's not going to be successful. They trade Crystal.
The Monkey King doesn't have the highest net worth. Once he starts picking up these items, he really starts really healing these teammates.
We got Earthshaker up. Earthshaker is the only one alive. Yeah, he's got a Blink Echo, but I think he's got to play this a little bit safe. Clockwork now coming back in. Bulba's got his ult ready if he needs to. DK just jumping forward. They want to keep Liquid dead. Earthshaker going down for a minute with no buybacks. Buybacks are few and far between. They're going to be taking out the second lane of racks. It sure is. DC, they just pick up that momentum even after a very quirky disconnect and pause and a fight that looked like it could be lost. They get themselves together. Mind control now trapped in the trees. Abed hammering on the cog. There will be one big last hold from Matumba Man who moves forward, raining down a lot of damage out of Jufu. He's still waiting for those 12 seconds. That Wukong's command is going to be huge. Meanwhile, Clockwork locked in under Demon's ult. Demon's still alive through this. It feels weird with Crystal Maiden not dead, but you know, that'll take care of itself. Yeah. Going to be going down eventually. Mason still trying to fight with the last bit of his life. Abed moving forward here. He's tanky. Matumba Man going to get stunned up by the Dragon Tail. They're burning him down. They will get the Razor. Immediate buyback onto him, but it looks like they're trying for Megas. It's going to be tricky there. Mass TPs come forward. Abed may have overstayed his welcome here. Does end up going down as we've got just a splash of spells coming out of Liquid. So DC, they're smoked up. They want to get aggressive. They want to take the initiation here. They're leaving their base. Seems like DC are going to get surprised by that. They start things off with a really nice Echo Slam. Golem's going to be dropped out on top of that. They kill off the Monkey King, and now Abed getting all his damage drained, trying to man-fight Miracle, but it's not working out. Abed going to be going down, and Bulba popping on his borrowed time. Meanwhile, Kuroki will get focused down by Mason. It's on Mason to turn this fight around and get out of here as Bulba probably going to be finished off here. Mason's going to BKB, getting in there, going deep, trying to get down Matumba Man. A couple more hits will be done, and they will be able to get him with the mist coil from Abaddon. With Bulba's last breath, he takes out Matumba Man, and now Mason goes in, shows off that new Bloodthorn, goes in onto the Clockwork, but won't be able to finish him off. Instead, goes for the retreat. The Deafening Blast clips the Weaver. Can they finish him off here? He's going to be able to go. Time lapse, and which lane's going to get pushed in, and it looks like Demon thinking about going in, jumping on Kuroki, and that's going to be the jump they need. They go in, quick Dragon Tail, and my god, that Warlock is just punched to bits. Matumba Man goes in, we'll be able to get the static link off onto Abed. Abed getting a lot of damage stolen. Man, Matumba Man is not messing around, just popped everything for that. Eye of the Storm on cooldown. Matumba Man's stolen damage is still going to be doing a lot of work here. Crystal Maiden caught in the cogs. She's going to be dancing with her last breath, but will end up going down. But now we got BKBs coming out of DC. They're going forward. They get the kill on the Warlock. That was another dieback coming in, and well, they go forward. Looks like GH will end up dropping the gem on the deck. There is a disarm on this Dragon Knight, and that might just be what it takes for Miracle to get him down, but Bulba still chasing him out. The Sunstrike going to be off the mark. Meanwhile, top lane, Monkey King keeping his eyes on the prize, going in for those Megas. Got Miracle now running back in with that Ghost Walk, but Abed wasting no time going into GH. That is a dieback on the Earthshaker. Matumba Man gets killed right in the footsteps of his base. It's Mega Creeps now, and Liquid, they're buying back on the Razor. They're giving it all they've got, but this is definitely their last-ditch effort. Weaver crawling around into the base. It's a godlike streak for Mason, and it's looking good for Team DC. Going in, Razor, he's stealing up the damage, but he will end up going down. Invoker buys back in. Mind Control trying to bait everyone out of the base, but with Mega Creeps, it's so difficult. DC, they still got all but the Monkey King alive. Eventually, they get down the Clockwork. The gem falls as well. Buyback comes in from the Clockwork. Tornado clips onto the Dragon Knight. They will be able to combo him down with a Sunstrike, but yeah, Mind Control still trying to zone. The Ancient now exposed. This is Liquid letting things drag on altogether a little bit too long, as that's a rampage for Mason. GG finally comes out 53 minutes into the game after a hefty pause and some serious back and forth action, but DC will take game 1 of their series versus Liquid.
Well,